Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great today. I'm guessing you've noticed my new looking shirt kind of thing. It's actually a dress that I got for the first time. On this channel before, I've expressed support for anyone who is gender non-conforming and not feeling like you have to be a woman or a they, them, or whatever to wear a dress. You can be a guy and wear a dress. And I've always liked girls' clothes. I always thought that girls' clothes are a lot more detailed and just overall nicer compared to guys. So I've been fancying kind of like a medieval gothic kind of dress, and that's exactly what I got. It's technically a costume, but I quite like it, and I feel like it suits me somewhat well, but obviously I'm not going to wear it all the time, just whenever I'm in the mood. So yeah. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a album that I like. So just for a bit of clarification, I used to have an account YouTube channel called Jordan's Jukebox, but then I had some issues with a phone where it wouldn't charge, so then I basically had to get a new phone. And my first YouTube channel and the Jordan's Jukebox channel had two different accounts, and the first one is like what a lot of my accounts are on, so I remembered every detail to get like my old stuff back onto my new phone, but then Jordan's Jukebox had disappeared. So I basically made the same account, and I think it's called Jordan's Jukebox with like a bit of a number in there, just so it's technically different, but it's the same. But then in the YouTube channel description, I've linked my old YouTube channel there, so anyone who is watching this can look at all of the videos I did in the past on my other YouTube channel. So that one's still technically mine, because obviously my face is in there and it's my content. It's just one that I can't access now. So this is going to be the new Jordan's Jukebox channel, but then in the description on the YouTube channel description has my old one. And today I'm going to be, for my first official second music review and reaction channel, is I'm gonna review Shakespears Sisters' album Sacred Heart. So, like I said about a minute ago, I had my original Jordan's Jukebox channel, and the last video I did on there, I reviewed and reacted to Shakespears Sisters' second album, I think, and then this one's, I think, the first one. But I've only listened to these two albums, so then sometime this week I'm going to be moving on. And but I don't know yet, so it will all be a surprise, like it always is. So if you want to see either the first Shakespears Sisters album review, go on the link on my YouTube description channel, that is what you're on now, and there will be the link to the original channel, and then you can have a look at all my other stuff there, including the first Shakespears Sister album. So there's 12 songs altogether, and I've had a read from all of the songs from there, and I think I have about 5 or 6 favourites. So I'm gonna say, or at least attempt to say, because dyslexia, the songs titles from there. If for whatever reason I'm finding it hard to read multiple ones of them, I'll just show the song list on my phone. So, as usual on my other channel, but now what I'm going to start doing on this channel is I've got either the album or the album song list on my computer, which is this way. So I'm gonna cite all of the songs. So the first one is You Could Be Loved, Dirty Mind, Run Silent, Twist the Knife, Electric Moon, Sacred Heart, You Made Me Come to This, Your History, Break My Heart, Heaven is in Your Arms, Red Rocket, and Private Love. Sorry, I couldn't read that one. Yeah, I struggled to read this one, so I'm gonna show it on here. So, whatever that word is, that's what the song's called. So, my first favourite is Dirty Mind. So, there's two versions of this song, and it's on either version of the albums, because what you've got to think with any album, there's different country versions and just different versions of it being made, and some albums will have slightly different sounding songs, and Dirty Mind is one of them. There's a slower one, in my opinion. The beat is slower, and I would say that it's a bit more poppy with the production. I personally don't like that as much as the one that is a bit of a remix, and it's more of a dance club vibe to it. So it's speedier, it's catchier. But then I would say the singer that I like on this with Shakespears' sister is the one that sounds very alien-like. You know, she's very high-pitched. So not the one from Bananarama. I don't know her name, but it's the other one. The one that's very tall, skinny, usually has short hair, and usually plays the guitar when she's not singing. So she is my favourite singer out of the two, and she uses her vocal ability at the beginning of the song, and I think that's what gives it that extra push. So it's dancey, but also that vocal ability is great. My next favourite is called Twist the Knife. So, similar to the other one that I was talking about, this one has a catchy vibe to it, which I really like, but unlike the other one, I would say it is a bit more lyrically motivated, and that's why I also like the lyrics to it more than the other one. But also, I think what gives it that extra oomph, what makes it my favourite in particular, is that there is this production that is used within how they've collectively made the sound of the track, is that it sounds particularly Spanish in a way. It has almost like a salsa-y sound to it, with like some of the instruments that they've like put together. I don't know if it's real instruments what we're hearing and not computerized, but the sound sounds quite Spanish, and that is what gives it that extra interesting perspective, and it's one of the reasons why it's my favourite. Oh, and also, they also speak in Spanish in some of the lyrics in this song. So also gives it that extra Spanish edge, and that's why, again, it's one of my favourites. The whole Spanish influence. My next favourite is Your History. So this one is 100% the reason why it's on my favourites is because of the singer that I like. Her vocal ability is so good. She uses a lot of her head voice to the point where she sounds like a siren. Probably like a good quarter of the whole time she's singing. A quarter of the time I feel like she's using head voice, which is her highest. and I just love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's obviously I do like the beat. You know, the beat is quite groovy, but if she wasn't using her voice as much, I don't think it would be as much of my favourite. So this is the Google search, and these are the first 5 images that come up. So yeah, I love this woman's voice. She's so good, and she's just as alien-y, high-pitched live than what she is in a track, so it's not auto-tune for this woman. So I know that her first name is Marcella, from what I can gather, but maybe I've got that wrong, because again, dyslexia, but you know, I don't know the last name. The next one, sorry, is called Break My Heart. So this, very similar to Dirty Mind, is very catchy. It sounds very remixed and very almost gay clubby. But she also uses, so Marcella, the singer that I like, uses a lot more of a high note vocal ability, a lot more on that song than in Dirty Mind, so I feel like that's why it ranks in there. But then I also like the sound effect production that they use in this song compared to Dirty Mind. Like, there's a bit of a circus theme in this song, and I've always liked the sound of like a circus. So you know, like typical creepy, what people will call creepy circus music. I have always liked that kind of look and vibe and sound, so I think that gives it an extra vote for me. So my last favourite is called Red Rocket. So this one is purely because of the sound production, is why this is my favourite. So it's not the lyrical content, it's not the vocal ability, it's literally just the sound effects and the production of it. And the reason why it ranks in my top 5 or 6 and not below is because they have kind of a country western feel to this, and I have kind of a love-hate relationship with western music. I have nothing against kind of country or western production or the sound of it. In fact, sometimes in certain other collaborative productions in music, I think that it's a nice mix, just like how I think rap and other genres are a good mix. But on its own, especially with the singing, there's like that country twang. A lot of people really like that twang and they think it's sexy. I personally don't think it's sexy, and that country twang just doesn't sit well with my head and ears. So I don't really listen to a lot of country music just because of the way it sits with me. So, but like I say, I like the country or western production sound if it's ingrained in something else as well, with pop like this one. So that's the reason why. So that's it when it comes to the song list. I just want to make a quick disclaimer before I say goodbye and subscribe and all that. Especially seeing as how this is going to be the first video on my channel, on this one. I am not a professional in any way. I am just a guy who loves music, and if I'm in a particular mood, I will listen to music for a specific mood. So sometimes I want a lyrical based person to listen to, so that will be someone like Evanescence or Adele, normally Christina Aguilera. But then sometimes I'll just literally want a very infectious beat with no lyrical content, so I just want to dance. So then I'll listen to Mystique, Girls Aloud, Sugar Babes, that kind of thing. And then sometimes I want kind of folky, spiritual music to get me in a zen mood, so then I'll listen to Camille and Kennedy, the Hot Twins, or I'll listen to like India Irie, you know, that kind of thing. It just really depends on my mood. So because I'm not a professional, sometimes I might say things wrong, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm just coming about it through a music fan's perspective. And I will say things in the future, and I've said them on my old channel, that I say what I think they're trying to say with this song is X, Y, and Z. I'm not actually saying that is what they're saying. I'm saying that's what I think they're saying. So, now that I got that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Welcome to my new channel for anyone who will be listening. And like I say, if you're confused about the whole dress, this is nothing new with me. On the link in my channel description where my original channel was based, I've always wore interesting clothes. I think it's fun for anyone to mess around with clothes. So I am basically the non-leftist gay guy who experiments with jewelry, with clothes, because I think playing around with fashion, especially if it's not for guys, I will be a guy and I will make a point of saying I am a guy who likes to sometimes either cross-dress, even though I don't do it that often. This is the first time in years that I've actually wore like a woman thing, clothes-wise. But you can still be a guy and like women's things and vice versa. So for anyone who is confused, this is very much me, and I want to put that on record that I am a non-leftist gay guy who likes to sometimes experiment with female clothes or jewelry. I very much still am a guy. I embrace being a guy, and I express the good qualities of it, like how everyone should. And you should be non-apologetic about being a guy, especially if you've done nothing wrong, and vice versa a girl. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a like and subscribe down below. I'll link my Twitters down below, and I'll also link my other YouTube channel where I actually talk more about my experience as a non-leftist gay guy. I normally talk about politics, and or my experience that isn't really mentioned in politics, or sometimes I just give my opinion on things that I've been told that I shouldn't have opinions of because of, you know, woke culture and cancellations. But everyone should have an opinion, even if you're not a part of the discussion technically. So I'll link them down below as well, and I hope you guys have a great day. Love yourself, love your mind, love your body, love music, love the world. Love you guys.